Alright guys, before we get into the video, let's talk about futtrading.co.uk. Every single method you see in my videos can be found over on the website with buying and selling prices for almost every single card on the game. £10 a month gets you access to tier 1 buying prices. That's icons, special cards, silvers and Thursday flips. For £15 a month, you get access to tier 2. That gives you live filters, gold chem styles, UCL cards, and our amazing area of fluctuations where the market is continually monitored for highs and lows. You guys are then notified when to buy low and buy and sell high, basically. A really easy way to make coins. We've recently introduced a tier 3 thanks to you guys asking for us to develop a bot. Basically, we came up with a program and what it does is it pings you every single minute pretty much. I think it's every 3 minutes. You will get pings telling you when cards are low and what to sell those cards for. I'm going to show you an example of that now. I'll be right back. Alright guys, and this is the area of the Discord for tier 3 users. As you can see, it is pinging you guys with the current price of these cards and the live target sell price. You have to cross-reference that with what the sell price has been recently and use some of your own market knowledge, but this runs 24 hours a day to make sure you guys are getting continual deals that you can keep making coins from. The legitimate way, a new ping's just come up right there for new cards that you can go out right now, buy and sell. So check it out, get involved, futtrading.co.uk, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below and make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. The road to 27,000 subscribers is now in full flow. Again, we've gained 15,000 in the last few months. It's been utterly incredible. So thank you to everyone that has supported and continues to support the content, the website, the streams. We will be back live streaming. Obviously, my health was bad last week, but we're good to go this week. I've rested up and I feel good. But this video is a new episode of Trading to R9 Moments, and tonight we're going to make the major moves on this account. The reason for that is Icon Swaps number 3, I believe it is coming. That is what we're getting tonight in terms of content. So for the Road to Glory, which comes out every single morning, make sure you check that out. It's going to be a massive hopefully a massive improvement to the team for the Road to Glory. But on this account, as we trade to R9, there's going to be a lot of coins to be made tonight, massive coins to be made tonight, and so I'm going to be hot on it on both accounts from 6 PM onwards, basically. We're doing a lot of it live on stream on Twitch, so make sure you check me out at 5:30 PM over there. But Icon Swaps is brilliant because it gives you the ability to trade no matter what your coin budget is. Now, I brought a video out about this yesterday or the day before, but I want to give you guys a bit more detail ready for tonight in terms of what you need to be looking out for, splitting it up into low budget and then medium to high budget, and how you're going to make coins from Icon Swaps. Now, the obvious thing that everyone thinks about with Icon Swaps is the icons themselves. But Icon Swaps and the icons themselves are high budget, and only a certain type of person can trade with those level of cards. If you're a website subscriber, you guys have got everything there you need. The tier 3 tonight should be ridiculous, so make sure you check that out. The tier 3 bot tonight should be unreal. But Icon Swaps comes with requirements and objectives that are a lot of time what I call arbitrary. They are EA essentially trying to make things either as expensive to complete as possible or as long-winded to complete as possible, but they failed on that quite a few times this year. So last time around with Icon Swaps, we got X amount of tokens, and what they brought back was a requirement for first owner players. So in my opinion, I would not be looking to be buying anything now that is maybe a meta low-end player from the Premier League or from the Liga Santander or anything. In fact, I wouldn't be buying anything until 6 PM tonight, unless you want to punt. Now, if you punt, it could go very, very well for you. So what we've seen up till now is basically requirements for like the minor league SBC guys. So like the CSL, for example, you need to win X amount of games with the CSL. We needed Argentinians, Brazilians, Silvers. I think Eredivisie might have been one as well. And they boomed the moment that requirement comes out. But people have become aware of that now. And so there's a lot of rash investing now at 6 PM. However, if you want to punt, in my opinion, your punt's got to be on silver players from other minor league SBCs. EA I don't think are going to really be like, I'll go out and win a game with X amount with 11 Premier League players. It's just not going to happen in my opinion. It may do, don't get me wrong, it may do. But I think they're going to make it as complicated as possible. So at a lower end, 6 PM is your time to buy. Last time round, it was a set of squad battles games. I think you could do it in Rivals as well, but definitely squad battles because they want to elongate the process. And it was silver, it was UCL, and it was Brazilian and Argentinian. So what you could do was you could bring out and go and do the silver Argentinians or silver Brazilians together, and then UCL Brazilians or UCL Argentinians together. They boomed like crazy. Absolutely spiked like mad. So if I was to give you an example right now in terms of the transfer market, let's say we go silver, and let's say we go Legion Argentina. I've got a rough idea of what these cards are selling for at the moment because they're not selling for a lot at all. They're very low. They're down very low. And so right now, if you were to punt, for example, and go, okay, cool, let me go silver French or silver German or whatever it is, you could do very well from it. There isn't much risk in it, especially if you're buying from Liga SBC. If you're buying from Bundesliga or from La Liga Santander, whatever, if you're punting for Spanish, for example, there's very little risk in it. So if you are going to punt for Liga SBC silvers. That's all I can give you advice, best in that way. So if you're going to go, for example, let's say you can go silver and you go German, I'd be looking at the Bundesliga because these are used for League SBCs anyway, so you're not going to have too much of a stress in terms of making coins back. There's a lot of cards here that are low, and it's going to be very difficult to lose coins, especially if you're sensible about it. Bit of advice, basic chem style is always important here. It means you eliminate goalkeepers. Goalkeepers don't tend to spike as much, so you want to be doing that. So if you're going to punt, do that. However, at 6 PM, the first thing you should do, head to objectives. Forget what the icon swaps tokens are and forget what they are there. Head to the objectives. Everybody is going to be looking at the tokens and what is available. What you want to do is head straight over to objectives. Straight there. And you want to see what the objectives are. The moment you see UCL, the moment you see Brazilian, the moment you see silver, whatever it is, make that link. If you've got low budget, make that link. So if you see silver and then another game for Ecuadorians, it's not going to be, but bang, straight on to transfer market, silver Ecuadorians, and spend, but don't spend too much, because sometimes they don't bounce quite a amount. Last time the Brazilian Argentinians for the silvers got to about 1.5, 2k each. By the time the market settled, the UCLs would have played. They banged very, very quickly. And again, if the UCL comes out again, that's where your play's going to be if you want to make big coins. But obviously, you spend more for that. So that's your play for low budget. You've got to be thinking about that. But what you're also likely to see tonight from the low budget stuff is people selling off anything in their clubs at the moment. So let's say theoretically there's a requirement for, I don't know, 7 first-time players in the Premier League. People will still sell off players, and the market came down last time. And some of those cards can still be expensive. Rodrigo, for example, the gold, he bounced last time because people were like, hey, cool, I'll go and do that. There's just different ways you can make coins there. But for me, your play, low budget, is objectives. See what is required and buy in. Hold, let the market rise. When it stops rising, that's when you sell. Now, with selling, sell bit by bit. If you go and list 10 of the same card at the same price, everyone's just going to come in and undercut you. Sell one at a time. And don't panic if the market comes down initially. It will come down. That's fine. But the reason why EA have gone and done it for the Monday is to give you something to do during this week. Everybody's going to be banging it out. A lot of the time it came out on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Everyone did weekend league and the market didn't rise as much. However, on the Monday, Tuesday, it did bounce because people started doing icon swaps. So there you play low budget. Low budget should play. Higher budget, we're going to head over to Futbin. We'll talk to you about the icons themselves and what you need to be looking out for. I will be right back. Alright guys, so welcome to the market index for icons. And you will see a lot of this right now. Loads of icons are down, 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 down. Now don't take this as gospel. Some of these cards will be sitting there for 130 because no one's listed them, when actually the sell price is like 93, like a Barnes, for example. But just be mindful of that. There's a lot of downs at the moment, and again, I think we see an even bigger hit tonight. But right now, I'm recording this at 12:30, and I'm noticing the icons come down quite quickly in price. They've been doing it since last night. They're still doing it now. This happens every icon swaps, and the bounce back is usually unreal. Everyone panics before icon swaps comes out, and the moment it comes out, everyone sells, especially if a card's in icon swaps like Baby Butcher. They sell like crazy, and then eventually the market bounces back. Because Baby Butcher last time round was not a desirable card for icon swaps. He also acquired the 2 sets. You couldn't get Baby Butcher until the second set. It was a ridiculously poor choice from EA. But if we have a little look at this, the icon market index on Wednesday was 28.28, and then it climbed, and it held steady over the weekend because it's weekend league. But it has dipped today. It's 28.29 there, and it's dipped even further today, the icon market. So what you guys with the bigger budget wants to be looking at tonight is icons just in general. Don't just focus on the icons that come out as like part of icon swaps, because in icon swaps you get packs. And you guys will know by now that whenever we get a pack that includes an icon in it, the icon market takes a hit. It always takes a hit because everyone goes, oh crap, there's a prime or moments icon pack in that. Let me go and lift one up really, really quickly. And icon swaps creates a bigger panic because anyone can do it. Anyone that wants to put time on the game can go and get that pack or that player as long as they're willing to grind. So tonight, what you want to be doing is keeping an eye conclusively on the market as much as you possibly can to just see what it does. Just see how it comes down, how it comes up. Again, website subs, the bots are going to be your friends here because we get all the prices sorted out for you guys. They're there to protect you and make sure you guys can make bits and do bits on it. But what I would be looking at right now is not the higher end primes and those sort of stuff. It's the lower end stuff that I'm interested in. The reason for that is the lower end stuff is no longer in packs anymore. So the mid and the babies, you can't get in packs anymore. So their price is relatively stable. They don't tend to fluctuate too much in terms of what they do. So if you look at the last month I know him, if you look at this, He had a drop off here, but if you look at the recent graph on him, it's pretty damn stable. There are dips and climbs and whatnot, but nothing is too, like, if you look from what, we're talking the last 2 weeks, there's not really been too much of a change in this card at all. But when the market on the cards above him get dragged down, so the prime into the mid and whatever, it drags down the price of the babies as well. And that gives you opportunity to buy him with relative security. It's not guaranteed, but relative security. These are the cards that I'd look at, especially if you're just finding your way around icons. And it's quite easy to do. Because Owen right now, I look at this card and I go, okay, cool. The lowest he's had is 84. He's had a high of 90 over the weekend. If he gets down to 75, I know his low's been about 84. There's very little risk there for me. There's very, very little risk because he isn't going to get that far down. And at that price, he's not far off discard anyway. And the other thing about this is we're starting to see some of the top level icons on the game. So Cantona came out. I was very surprised with Cantona. We didn't see a requirement for an icon. I almost certainly thought of an icon that's standard, we may see a requirement for an icon to be submitted. Now, if you buy these cards and later in the week we see good icons that do require an icon, you could do well from these because they'll bounce. But when you're buying this lower end stuff, it's not too much of a risk, not too much of a problem. For those with a bit more coin budget, then yes, the moments and the primes are the play. However, when it comes down to the moments and the primes themselves, I mean, look at Owen. I sold him for 550 this weekend. He's down at 488 right now. You guys have to be patient at the higher end of this stuff because it will sit low for a day or two. Cards like Owen and cards like Dalglish and those sort of cards will sit lower for a week. Not a week. A day, 2 days, 3 days. Their rise is going to be probably into Weekend League. Now, there'll be a bounce back bit by bit by bit. But the bounce back isn't going to be a really quick bang, snap back. It's not going to happen that way. They will hold low because a lot of people will list. But then the buy-in will come again for Weekend League because people are still going to need to build their teams for Weekend League. And again, another little thing to think about is what tots have we got right now? We've got the La Liga tots. Look at the nations that strong link those players. So I'm looking at Spanish icons will do quite well. They did brilliantly well the weekend. What did incredibly well this weekend was the Brazilian icons because they linked to cards like Romarinho that you couldn't really link up any other way. They're the cards that do really well as well. But into rewards on Thursday, a lot of these people are going to want to link up these cards with icons like the Spanish icons, Argentinian icons potentially, French icons. They'll do quite well. So if you want to place your coins, I place them there. And again, all you are doing is looking to see where the highs and lows of these cards have been. And if you look, Owen right now already is at a low. 488 on him right now is extremely low from where he's been. He's extremely low. Like I said, I sold him over the weekend for 550. He's down, what, 62,000 coins from there at the moment. And in my opinion, he still drops further. But icons will bounce back. They're so hardy and they're always needed. So that's what I think you need to be looking at for tonight, in my opinion. Those who are on low budget, straight to objectives. Head straight to objectives, see where you can make coins. It's very easy coins, very quick coins to make. Those of you with a medium budget, I've been looking at the lower end icons. As the market gets dragged down, they'll get dragged down too. You hold for a day or two and they'll bounce back and you make quite good coin. Those with higher end, without a doubt, look at the primes, look at the moments. I probably steer clear of the cards that came out as SBCs. We know they bounce back, but it can be a bit more tricky. I'll be looking just at the icon market in general, but those sort of cards will bounce back. Just look right now at the ones that have dropped off. Look at most of the moments cards that are sort of in that mid-tier price of 500, 600k, and you should do very well. But there are your places tonight. I can promise you right now, at a low budget, if you put enough coins in, it's 100k overnight, easily. Those who are mid-budget, it's 250 overnight. High budget, no reason why you can't make 500 overnight within a day or two once you sell everything, to be fair. But that's the end of the video. If you are new around here, as always, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.